are the wounds of war that you can see, and the ones you have to listen for.
I wasn't even afraid of dying anymore. I was almost looking forward to it. But it never came.
For Marine Sergeant Ace Crespo, he lives with the pain of losing his best friend Frankie every single day.
I tried to close his eyes while I was praying, and I couldn't because there was so much dirt embedded in his eyelid from when he face planted into the ground. So I took a few minutes, try to take out the pebbles out his eyes till it finally could close. And I prayed for him, And then I just remember that the chopper's coming in. We had to pick him up, and that was the last time I saw Frankie.
That was October of 2010 in Afghanistan. But for the North Philly native, he relives it daily, despite the antidepressants and despite the marijuana use. ACE is now part of a growing trend of veterans looking for alternative therapies for PTSD. This month, ACE walked into the Sound Mind Institute in West Philadelphia, owned by Dr. Hannah McLean.
So ketamine, I think, is really important, especially in the veteran community, particularly because it's good for suicidal ideation on its own. And it helps with treatment-resistant depression.
Dr. McLean is certified in psychedelic-assisted psychotherapy, but right now she can only administer ketamine, an anesthetic approved for use in depression. Psychedelics are illegal in most of the U.S.
There's something we've noticed as therapists when you're working with psychedelics, and I've actually seen a few people that I've been seeing for psychotherapy over years, for every week for years, and then start doing psychedelics and have had amazing breakthroughs.
And that is why thousands of veterans are leaving every year in search of psychedelic healing in other countries.
When I went to my first ayahuasca retreat, had no idea what to expect.
Former Army Ranger Jesse Gold found his relief from PTSD on a retreat in Peru, surrounded by indigenous ceremonies by both native healers and psychotherapists.
Never thought I was going to do psychedelics, but there it was. I just felt like a reset person. I felt like my brain was reset. I had a new perspective on life.
Stories of success like this inspired Dr. Rachel Yehuda to initiate the VA's first clinical trial on psychedelic-assisted psychotherapy.
We're going to be enrolling between 60 and 68 combat veterans with PTSD, and we're going to randomize them to receive either 2 or 3 sessions of MDMA-assisted psychotherapy.
Dr. Yehuda explains the key isn't just in the drug, but in the therapy you do with it.
If somebody doesn't talk to you about the way that you will feel when you're taking the psychedelic, then this can be very overwhelming.
And that is why Dr. Yehuda worries about the number of veterans going on medical journeys to other countries, like Mexico, Costa Rica, Peru, and the Netherlands, and this retreat in Jamaica run by veterans. They are often sponsored by veteran organizations like these. In fact, Jesse Gold started his own called Heroic Hearts, which paid for half of ACE's therapy, along with another nonprofit called Reason for Hope.
My wish is that this veteran can get the life he deserves, get a life that is not only free of trauma, free of PTSD, but one that he can actually thrive and enjoy life.
We watched as the ketamine lozenges took effect.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry.
The gut-wrenching memory of Frankie dying at Ace's side became very vivid again.
Who are you sorry to?
Frankie.
Mm-hmm.
Dr. McLean talks him through it.
Make as much noise as you want to make. Let it out.
Helping him to let go of the guilt.
He's your best friend. You'll always have him, but you can let go of some of the guilt. Let go of some of the shame.
2 hours later,
Wow.
the ketamine wears off, and Ace is less fearful.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're doing the work.
I didn't know this type of therapy was available, and to have someone willing to help me out to get it, it means everything to me.
two warriors once bonded by war, now connected in their search for peace. Lucy Bustamante, NBC 10 News.